We are going to be talking about naming angles today. There's no lesson number like 11.1e or anything like that. We just need to know how to name angles, especially when it comes to the SBAC test that we're taking here in a few short weeks. 3 weeks from now, actually, we'll be starting our SBAC testing. You're going to get a whole lot of angle questions on there, which is why we learn this at the end of the year, so that it's nice and fresh in our brains for the SBAC test. And the way that angles are named in that test and in your future math classes is a little bit different than the way that we've been talking about it. So, angles are going to be given a 3-letter name. Think of it like your initials. Most of us have a middle name, right? So your initials, like mine would be TRC, right? My first name, my middle name, and my last name. So angles are named in the same exact way. We've got 3 capital letters determined by the order each point appears in the angle, right? C is the last letter of my initial because my last name starts with a C, right? My initials wouldn't be CRT if my last name starts with a C, right? So the vertex, what's really important here, what matters the most, is that our vertex, or the center point of our angle, must be in the middle of your angle's name. Give me a thumbs up. Does anyone in here have a middle name? Most of us do, right? Some of us don't, and that's fine. You know, it's up to your parents if they want to give you a middle name or not. It's pretty unique, actually, to not have a middle name. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, are embarrassed of their middle names sometimes, but that's okay too. But your middle name is in the middle, right? So think about the vertex like a middle name. We could even write that here. Middle name. Your middle name goes in the middle. It's like my initials, TRC. My middle name starts with an R. It's in the middle of my initials. Does that make sense? The vertex is in the middle of an angle. If you imagine an angle is like the hands of the clock, where would the vertex be on the clock? Take a look. Where would it be? Doesn't matter what time it is, the vertex of the clock is always in the same spot, right? Where is that spot? In the middle. Dead center in the circle, right? It's the point in which those hands turn around. Take a look. If we're looking at this first angle, you guys got questions? No? Okay. There shouldn't be any talking right now. We got to go over this quick, guys. So for this first angle, O is my vertex. It's in the middle. If we imagine this is a clock, my vertex point O stays right where it's at, and then the hands move around it. I've also got a point D and a point G. So this first angle that we're looking at, we can call it 2 different names. We can call it angle DOG, DOG, where D is the first endpoint, O is the middle point, and G is my other endpoint. The important thing is that my middle point is in the middle. Or we could kind of work backwards. We could start with G, and then O, and then D. So we can call it angle DOG or angle GOD. What stays the same between these 2 angle names? The O. Where's the O at? In the middle. As long as point O is in the middle, we can call it either one of those names, angle DOG or angle GOD. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense so far. Okay. The second angle we're looking at, anyone want to take a guess at what we can name this angle here? Yeah, Sir Darius, go for it. Say it one more time.
CAT.
Spell it out for me.
CAT.
CAT. Where C is an endpoint A is the vertex in the middle, and T is my other endpoint. So Darius, what else can we name this angle? TAC. Beautiful. You're getting it. As long as which point is in the middle? A. Beautiful. Not too bad, right? Pretty straightforward. Right? Now, they're not always going to be words like cat or dog or God or, I don't know if tack is a word, but tic-tac is a word, I think. Sometimes it'll just be A, B, C, X, Y, Z. As long as your middle point is in the middle, that name is okay. All right? So take a look. For number 1, can I get a volunteer to help me out? Hope, what can we name this angle here? ABC. Darius, what else can we name it?
CBA.
Beautiful. CBA. See if you can name 2, 3, and 4. Take like 60 seconds, and we'll go through that together. Your midpoint needs to be in the middle. That's what matters. Endpoints can go at either the beginning or the end. Number 2 is hard, you said? It's okay. I'm just now learning this. Yeah, good. What's the vertex or the midpoint? 1. So as long as Y is in the middle. You will see in front of
I asked Rob for your because I searched it up and all that came up with theirs. I don't know.
All right. Give me a thumbs up. You got them all named. Ooh, okay. 30 more seconds. Finish up. Again, this isn't really math. This is more English than math, I think. All right. Sounds done to me. Can I get a volunteer to help me out with number 2? Devin, go for it. What can we name number 2?
XYZ.
Or?
CYX.
Beautiful. What's my midpoint here, Devin?
Y.
Y. So Y's got to be in the middle of either name. That is what is important. Vertex in the middle. Both of those names are correct names as long as our midpoint's in the middle. Thank you, Devin. I already got you there. Tina, help me out with number 3. GHI or IHG. What's my vertex, Tina?
H.
Thank you, Tina. H is my vertex, right? I got you on the other ones, Darius. Let's get one more. Karina, number 4. Help me out. JKL or LKJ. What's my midpoint, Karina? K. I hope you guys can see that. There we go. That's better. So that's pretty much it. That's how we name our angles. When you're going through the IXL, you'll have to be recognizing angles by these 3-letter names. So if it, well, you'll see. You'll figure it out. I believe in you.